In this session, we are going to look at how we can use EntityUtil to create entities in the Lakehouse database, also known as the replica database, that is created by Synapse Link when you are using the Spark pool to convert the files into Delta Parquet files. This session builds upon previous recordings that have explained EntityUtil and also how to create entities in a serverless database, also known as a virtual data warehouse. Today, we will introduce EntityUtil and discuss how you go about and create those complex entities in the Lake database. Finally, once again, there are resources to EntityUtil at the back of this presentation. In this example, we will look at using EntityUtil in the context of the Lake database or replica database that is created via Synapse Link in the Spark pool jobs. We will manually create a new database schema and then use EntityUtil to create the complex entities as views within the new database schema. If you would like to review the introduction to EntityUtil and an overview of the prerequisites and how to recreate the view schemas from a Tier 2 environment, please see the earlier Dynamic Spikes recordings in this series. Now let's look at how you can use EntityUtil with the Lake database. We are going to start the demo by creating a new schema within the replica database or the Lake database that is being used. Now we're going to look at EntityUtil. We are going to use, as mentioned, EntityUtil to create the complex entities within the database, the Lake database that's created via the Synapse Link profile and the Spark jobs. Now, the first component to this is that we need to specify the target server name and the target schema that we'll be using, database schema that we'll be using. So we specify these within the config file, as well as obviously the target server name, which is again the Azure Synapse workspace. So before we go ahead and create the complex entities within the replica database, one thing to recall is that the inherited tables currently are not being materialized within or via Synapse Link. Therefore, we need to create them first. So this EntityUtil is enhanced so that, again, you can specify the derived tables that you want to create, and then you can run step 5. Step 5 will create those inherited tables or derived tables in the target schema within Fabric, or as in this case, within the serverless replica database. So let's enter 5 and run this particular script. Now in this scenario, we are missing 2 tables. So therefore we'd need to go through and into the manage tables, select the tables that are missing and export them via Synapse Link. So once those tables have finished being converted into Delta Parquet format, we can rerun EntityUtil in step 5 to create the inherited tables. Once that has been completed, we're now able to again run EntityUtil, but this time we are going to create the views within this replica database. So let's hit run step 2. And then once that has run, we can, in this case, leverage SQL Server Management Studio. To see all the views that have been created. And we can test them to ensure that we are getting all of the expected results. You can access the EntityUtil PowerShell script from GitHub using the following URL. Thank you for your time today.